Good morning and welcome to Today in the News here on Vanguard Live. My name is Ololade Adeomi. A look into the dailies for today, starting with Vanguard. Major headline on Vanguard says hashtag NSAS at 5, memories, Matthias unfinished struggle for justice. Why accountability remains elusive, says lawyers. Politics of forgetting by Nari Navziga, a member, NSAS United. Tobana says Regina battling drug, alcohol addiction, needs rehabilitation, says Ned Nwoko. I can't stand domestic violence, says Regina. Vanguard Mental Health Summit 3.0, Nigeria losing young people to suicide advocates one. Hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu now protest. Sowore urges police to protect protesters. Stay off Aso Rock, NAS police one. Federal government declares prisons red zones. Lower banner, Nigerian spends 3.53 trillion naira on raw material import in F1 2025. Sarab to NAS account for missing 18.6 billion naira commission office complex. Name contractors. Away from the Vanguard, straight into the Punch newspaper. Major headline on the Punch says hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu, protesters defy security warning, vow Villa match, opposition parties back protest, 115 lawyers, medics to join rally today, Kanu's legal team fractured. Federal government backs defense headquarters as coup rumors sparks political firestorm. PDP convention faces fresh setback over alleged signature forgery. Oshibajo leads ECOWAS team to monitor Cote d'Ivoire poll. And lastly, Senate to grill NCAA local airlines on safety breaches. Away from the Punch straight into the Nation newspaper. Major headline on the Nation says PDP convention, Anya will protest forgery in letter to INEC. Top banner says English, math, compulsory for O level, says federal government. Ondo youth seeks sack of NDDC board member. Free Kano now. Protesters adamant despite police red alert. Senator, actress wife accuse each other of drug abuse, violence. Away from the Nation, straight into the Guardian newspaper. Major headline on the Guardian says farmers in limbo as bureaucracy stalls 50 billion naira tractor rollout. Federal government reverses policy on math as parents teachers protest. ASU confirms talks with federal government team as strike enters seventh day. Coup denial not enough. Stem rising anxiety, discontent, stakeholders tell federal government. And lastly, Middle Belt Forum raises alarm over renewed killings in Plateau, alleges genocide. That's all we have on the front page of the newspapers this morning. Join us after the break for a quick analysis of some of our top stories. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Today in the News here on Vanguard Life. My name is Ololade Adeomi. Joining me in the studio for a quick analysis today is Mr. Leo Mohammed, CEO Magnet Communications Limited. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How was your weekend?
Very well. Very well.
I look into a first story for today. It's the fifth year anniversary of the hashtag NSAS protest today. From your perspective, what would you say is the most important legacy the NSAS movement, has left behind?
As far as I'm concerned, NSAS has left very deep thoughts about people that were killed during that protest. It started like a joke. Day one, it went on successfully. I can recall that protest now at Tinumbu's hotel in Lekki. I personally was there the first day it started. It was quite peaceful. They were cooking, giving people food, serving drinks, and I was impressed. The next day, we inched towards a little violence. You know, mobile policemen were there to make sure that everything went on very well. But things went horrid from the third day, and the rest is history today. A lot of people were killed. You see, no decent society, no matter how democratic that society is, that will permit a protest to degenerate to violence. If I am the president of Nigeria, I won't tolerate any violence under my watch. That is one thing you must take home. Every leader, no matter how democratic that leader is, no matter how reformed that leader is, would not accept violence. And the authorities reacted. The end of the story is the multiple killings that took place. Today we have another demonstration going on. It was difficult for some of us living around Ikeja to come out and attend to our personal businesses. I was in traffic for over 1 hour to turn from Allen to back to Mobolaji Bankantoni way and to find my way here. I saw what could degenerate to another killings if the security men assigned to ensure that there is sanity, if they are not cautious. Protest necessary, yes, but you see, negotiation is key in all of this. I remember when I worked with the Concord Press as a very senior manager. I was editor of Sunday Concord, and it was a time that people protested the detention of MKO Abiola. And some of us who were really close to the man decided that we would establish contacts with people in government, some of our friends in government. I won't mention names. We went to Abuja, we met with them, and they said the only reason why MKO will be freed is if we guarantee that after his freedom, the country will be safe. We gave that assurance, and at the same time, we were planning that the day MKO is released, he will fly from Abuja to any nearby country for safety. Unfortunately, he died in detention. Now, talking about demonstration and the need to embrace peace in resolving any crisis, I expect today that Igbo leaders, prominent Igbo leaders, will come together and attempt to establish dialogue with the government of today. Don't forget that Kano is facing the offense that is punishable by death, treason. And you see, if you don't handle this issue very well and you allow it to sail through, it will get very, very bad and messy. They should get Igbo leaders together. They should form a team. The president will not see responsible traditional rulers from the East, responsible leaders from the East, and will not listen to them. But if you continue to protest till tomorrow, all you get is tear gas. Bah, boom. And that was what happened this morning. I'm not against any protest, though, either legitimate or illegitimate. But most protests don't achieve results. That is my position on this. My advice is what I have just said. Gather Igbo people together, their leaders. Let them meet with the president. Once they have an assurance from the president, the government will also demand that there will be peace once the detainee is freed. But if you continue to protest, government will see you as mere noisemakers. They won't even listen to you. Do you think Tinubu will invite Sowore for dialogue? It won't happen now. Nobody will listen to him. You can protest till tomorrow, but the guy is there. But don't forget that the charges against Kanu is treasonable felony, and it is punishable by death or life imprisonment. And this is why I think people will come together those who want him free, they should come together as elders of the Southeast and meet with the president instead of creating tension. They are demonstrating in Abuja and we are feeling unsafe in Lagos. I don't know for how long we are going to be doing that, but I have offered my very little boys advice. I hope they will listen to it.
We're coming to that for sure. We're coming to that. So, you spoke about a protest not having results. Would you say the NSAS protest has achieved anything over the years?
No,
The
can you
NSAS.
tell me what it has achieved? NSAS. The same SARS were outside today. Hmm? SARS is Special Anti-Robbery Squad. Abi, anti-robbery. They were in Ikeja today. Has it ended? No, now. You see, even in the days of Abacha, that's the worst leader we've ever had in this country. You still have to negotiate with him. No matter how bad he was, no matter how bad you think he was then. But you see, protests will only alert the government to action. Number one, the first action is to ensure that your protest does not degenerate into violence. And at the end of it all, you get frustrated. You won't have a follow-up protest. But you see, when you start with negotiation, go to, if you can't reach the president, get the secretary to the government of the federation, get the vice president, who is a northerner too, talk to them, reach out. I mean, no leader will drive away people who are not armed. Elders, even Tinubu, no matter how bad people may think he is, he will listen. But once you start staging protests, it puts the government on the edge. The government will become defensive. They won't want to listen to you. Look at Sowore, they fire tear gas. They said, don't fire tear gas at us. And I saw him running. In the process, anything could have happened. He could have fallen down and got injured. He could have been shot too. And police will say, no, we didn't fire a shot. He's gone. Any other member of the crowd could have been killed. So the best way, to me, if anybody might disagree with me, is negotiation. Get people who can meet with government officials, negotiate with them, and they will hand over Kanu to those people. Because they believe that those elders will be able to check his excesses. Not Sowore. You think they will release Kanu to Sowore? No, it is not possible. I have said it that the only way out, and I'm saying it again, is negotiation, not violence, not through demonstrations. Nobody will listen to demonstrators. Even if I am the president, I won't listen to Sowore.
According to the article written by Vanguard, many of the recommendations from the judicial panel that was set up for the hashtag NSAS protest has not been implemented. Compensations, prosecutions of the officers that shot at people. What do you think are the main obstacles to this being implemented?
I have said it, and I am saying it again. Protest or demonstration is not the solution to the detention or violation of human rights of any human being in this country and all over the world. You go into discussions with the government of the day, no matter how bad the worst government we've ever had in Nigeria was Abacha's government. People were still meeting with them. Some of us had access to the most feared person in that administration. We will call him in the same moments and tell him the truth. And they were doing the things we suggested. So it shows that even the bad government will listen. So demonstration puts an average leader on the edge. If you are a president and people are demonstrating against you, how would you feel? Safe? Answer now. As a president, people are demonstrating against you. You won't feel safe now. But if it comes to negotiation, we have come to talk about getting Kano out of detention. Then the government will state its terms. You will also tell the government what you can do to ensure that the person they are releasing to you will maintain the peace and he will not leave this country for so period of time that they said he couldn't leave. And at the end of the day, you are talking about a man's freedom. At the end of it all, that person may be freed, but you are causing tension all over. You needed to be in Ikeja this morning. Crowd. And the policemen were on the edge. You understand? They were afraid that this thing could snowball into a big thing, and they started firing tear gas. So I insist that people, as much as I believe that people have the right to protest, it has not solved any problem. It has not. The NSAS thing that you are talking about, may the souls of those who died during NSAS rest in peace. That NSAS has come and gone. Nobody will get anything from government. I am telling you, all those recommendations could be there for years. No government will come back. The government I would think is most positively tuned to democratic activities is the current one. Do you think Tinubu will revisit NSAS? Do you think he will do? No, now. There are pressing issues. Far more than that. So, at the end of the day, it is those who demonstrate and get injured that will have to face the music as much as possible. Not only in Nigeria, all other countries too. Because if you are a president and people are planning to remove you, because an average protest could remove any leader, because you can only know the beginning of a demonstration or protest. You don't know how it will. That is why the security men are always on the edge when there is demonstration. Before you move, they have already fired tear gas. If tear gas cannot check you, bullets will. So let us be careful with all these demonstrations. Sowore must demonstrate. Whoever is demonstrating, they have their gains. They have what they gain from it. It is demonstration. Nobody wants to put his life on the line for anybody, except there is something that person is gaining. I won't say more than that.
Okay, so that brings us to our second story for today. There's a planned protest tagged the hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu Now, organized by Omoyele Sowore and his allies, demanding the release of Nnamdi Kanu. The protest is scheduled in Abuja for today, Monday, 20th October 2025. The Nigerian police force sought a court order aiming to restrain the gathering, especially around sensitive areas like the Aso Rock, National Assembly, the Force Headquarters, Eagle Square, Shehu Shagari Way as well. Let's start with this. What would you say is the significance of this particular protest, the hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu Now protest, in the political landscape that we have right now? Would you say there's a significance?
To me, it is of no significance. I have told you that there are more positive ways to get Kanu out of there. You can demonstrate till tomorrow. Either a democratic government, whether a military government, they will just appear insensitive to whatever you are doing. Every president wants to be protected, wants to be secured in office. So when you start talking about protests, an average leader, no matter how strong-hearted that person is, will feel threatened. And there will be an order from the IG, from the people in charge of military, that they should roll out their tanks. You needed to be at Kenya this morning. Tanks, soldiers, mobile policemen. when you get to a situation like that, I cannot put my life on the line for in that kind of situation. I panicked. I was in my car, but I panicked too. So we have to be careful because you see, an average leader, like I kept saying here, would feel threatened when you say you are protesting. They went to court, got an order to protect Aso Rock, to protect areas where big boys in Abuja are living. Why why do you think they went to court? To ensure that nothing happens there. And once they have that court order, they can shoot, they can use tear gas to disperse people. But the Sowore that I saw in the video this morning picked race. So when he had gunshots and tear gas flying all over, and he said, "Let us." I heard him shout, "Let us move to another area." He's a human being. Nobody wants to die now. But you see, there is a price for all these things. Some people have arranged and settled those who wanted to stage a protest. And protests, they must be staged in fulfillment of the bargain. But you see, beyond that, it is a dangerous thing to do. There's no, even if I'm the president of Nigeria today, and some people are protesting, I will do what they are doing today. The security men, they will do what they are doing to disperse that crowd and ensure that there is peace. Again, I am stressing that there are more decent ways of getting Kano out of that place. Get the Igbo elders together, let them meet with the authorities and come up with an agreement on the way forward to ensure that there is peace, but not through protest. I am telling you, if you are a security man and you go to Abuja today, the location of Kano would have been changed because they knew that the DSS detention would be a target. They would have taken him out of there, perhaps to a safer place in Asokoro. So I'm not saying people should not express their opinions through demonstrations, but it usually don't come up with any results.
The police actually emphasized on responsible protest and restricted zones around what they call sensitive areas. In your view, do you think it's reasonable that there are some areas that are actually restricted?
The police, they used semantics. Semantics, you know. They are clever people within the police force. Some of them are graduates, a lot of them are graduates, and lawyers too. Those words are just mere semantics. The responsible protest. Why is the protest responsible? All over the world, there is no protest that starts and won't end up with a lot of crisis. Even the so-called advanced countries, UK, United States, people will start protests peacefully and end with violence because the security agents will resist them and the protesters will also resist the police, and that is where the crisis begins. At the end of the day, one or two people will either be injured or get killed. So it's not only in Nigeria. As much as possible, we should present our grievances through the leaders that we have. Nigeria can't be bad without having leaders. If you talk about the Eastern leaders, they are there. Get all the state governors. If they all love Kanu, let them come together.
And in the case where people think the leaders are compromised?
No progressive federal government or president will sit down and say the leaders are compromised. There is a reason. I want Kanu to be out of there. Our approach may be different. I don't support a situation where somebody will be detained for a very long time for whatever offense. If you are going to try him 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 2 months, and jail him if you want to jail him. If you don't want to jail him, release him. That is my position. But in getting him out, don't apply violence. You don't have to demonstrate. There is a alternate resolution of crisis. It is permitted in law. Get your leaders together, get all the governors, get all the eastern leaders. No president will look at them and say no to whatever they present before him. I don't know if I'm making sense. No president, no matter how hard-hitting, even Abacha in those days, will listen to leaders from different regions of the country. He may not do anything, no, but he will listen with his dark goggles. So that is my position. This protest, to me, I am being blunt, may not achieve anything apart from noise making. Sowore ran today now when he had gunshot. Why didn't he wait?
Sowore accuses the police of double standards. For
How?
example, he's saying that some protests get repressed while others don't.
List one protest that was not repressed in this country. Mention it now, because a lot of protests will lead to if either a fight or casualties. That's what I'm saying. There will be casualties. They try as much as possible, the security men try as much as possible to ensure that security is not compromised in any way. When there is resistance from the protesters, that's when they apply the hard way. And that hard way often leads to serious casualties. So that's why I'm saying that let us get Eastern leaders together. Let them meet with the government. Strike an accord, an agreement will be given. They will negotiate with Kano too. And you see, one thing you must realize is that once Kano himself knows that people are talking on his behalf and they come to him to say, look, soft pedal, he will now. You think he doesn't want to live there? That guy knows how to enjoy life now. You know, you have not seen all the girls that surrounds him. You want to enjoy life. You want to be freed. So nobody will say, nobody will say that, Kano, you are going out tomorrow. If you agree to maintain the peace, he will say yes, sir, and come out, even if he's going to fight again. So we must be careful the way we talk about demonstrations, protests. Everybody I want to have my freedom. Even if I'm beaten, I want to have my freedom. I want to be able to move around. I want to be able to do whatever I want to do. Not to talk of somebody that knows how to enjoy life, like Kano. It's a pity that is there. But I am telling you that the best way to get him out is through negotiation.
Thank you very much for joining us today, Mr. Leo Mohammed.
You are most welcome.
That was Mr. Leo Mohammed, CEO Magdi Communication Limited. Remember to follow us on all our social media platforms as seen on your screen and on our website for up-to-date stories at www.vanguardngr.com. My name is Ololade Adil.